Hey, Christopher Holmes again. Hey, this morning I thought I'd talk a little bit about short sales, what the definition of a short sale is. We're seeing a lot of that out there right now, here in the Phoenix market especially, because the values of the homes have dropped down below what was borrowed to purchase the home. For instance, let's say that you've got a home that you owe $200,000 on, but you'd like to get out from underneath it, you'd like to sell the home, and in order to do that, the most that you can get in purchase price for the home, let's say, is $150,000. So in order to sell, you either have to come to the table with $50,000 when you sell it, or try to negotiate with the lender that you make your payments to, that you owe the $200,000 to, and see if they would be willing to accept less as a payoff, rather than risking losing the home to foreclosure, where they're liable to get even less than the $150,000 that it's worth right now. So the first thing that needs to be done is the home has to be listed for sale. The first offer would come in at, let's say, $150,000. The offer is submitted to the lender for approval. The lender typically takes anywhere from a week to 6 months, unfortunately, to respond and determine whether that's a reasonable offer, whether they're willing to accept that much less than how much is owed in comparison to what they would get for it potentially if they had to foreclose on the property. An answer or response is made back to the listing agent, responds back to the buyer's agent, lets them know whether the offer is going to be accepted or not. If the offer is accepted or counter-offered for a different price, once all parties have agreed to it, then the home closes as usual, and the buyers at that point get to move into the house. The sellers are then forgiven the debt, assuming that the home is a primary residence, and the sellers then move on. The effect that this has on the credit report is twofold. Number one, if the payments were made on time during the entire process while they're waiting for the offer to be accepted, then the credit scores aren't going to be affected, because the credit scores purely are a reflection of the payment history. Now, once the payoff is made and the loan is closed, there will be a text item that will reflect on the credit report from the lender that accepted the short sale, that will acknowledge that they accepted less than the full amount due. When those sellers go to purchase another property, when a lender like myself pulls a credit report and sees that they were perfect in their payment history, they were on time during their time of owning the home, but the fact that they sold short, we will look at that as if it were a foreclosure, and they could wait anywhere from 3 to 7 years from the date of that sale before they would be eligible to purchase again. 3 years is the FHA rule, 4 years is the Fannie Mae rule, and 7 years is the Freddie Mac rule. I realize this is a little complicated. I went a little longer than I'd anticipated, so please feel free to give me a call if you want to talk more about short sales or what's involved in that. Be happy to share some more information with you. Thanks so much, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye-bye.